Let us ask you a question. What was the biggest surprise you have done for love? You might think that the surprise you made was the best, right? What if we told you that Marcus Aurelius had brought enough sand from Egypt to Cedar Island to form a beach, in order to make his beloved Cleopatra happy? Very romantic, don't you think? During the Roman Second Triumvirate, rule of three powerful individuals, Marcus Antonius takes the administration of the Eastern Roman dominion and goes to Tarsus. According to the legends, he meets the love of his life, Cleopatra, the queen of the Ptolemaic kingdom of Egypt, in Tarsus, where his life changes drastically. But Antonius is not aware of this. Who can foresee the day when he will meet the love of his life? In the beginning, what is important for Antonius and Cleopatra is their common political interests. Cleopatra aims to gain the land she lost, and Antonius desires to have a strong ally with him for his attack on Iran. This political alliance, which will turn into an epic love in the future, is only a strategic collaboration at first. But there is love, and love changes everything. They fall in love, and they even face conflicts with their families, denying this relationship. But you know, love is blind, and it overcomes all. The political alliance turns into love in time, maybe one of the most famous love stories in history. The moments full of love gradually turn into wonderful stories, one of which happens in Cedar Island. Cedar Island doesn't have a beach, where golden sands meet cool waters. This shortcoming must have bothered Cleopatra so much that she pours out her heart to Antonius. Antonius has a beach built by carrying sand to Cedar Island. We know it sounds crazy. However, upon the order of Antonius, a total of 60 ships of sand were transported from Egypt to Cedar Island. Mustafa Kemal Ataturk. With abiding faith in the vital importance of women in society, Ataturk launched many reforms to give Turkish women equal rights and opportunities. Turkish women were very active during the Turkish War of Independence. As the war developed, they picked up the work of the men in the fields, trundled food and ammunition to the soldiers at the front, and nursed the wounded. Some even were soldiers themselves. The adoption of a new civil law in 1926, based on the Swiss Civil Code, was the most important of Ataturk's reforms, which tremendously affected the status of Turkish women. In 1934, the election law passed, giving women the rights of election. In the next elections, held in 1935, 18 women deputies were elected to the Grand National Assembly. Women could begin careers in law, medicine, and public services. With the gates opened under the leadership of Ataturk, we see women in all fields of life. Turkey is the very first country who had a female Supreme Court judge. The very first female fighter aircraft pilot was also a Turkish woman, Ataturk's adopted daughter Sabiha Gökçen. Turkey had a female prime minister as head of the government between 1993 to 1995. Although he spent a major part of his life in battlefields, Mustafa Kemal Ataturk was a man of peace. He said, "Unless the country's future is in danger, war is a murder." The main principle of the foreign policy of Turkey is stated by his words: "Peace at home, peace in the world." Ataturk's heart was filled with love. Almost 500,000 soldiers died at Gallipoli, Turkey, during World War I. Half of them were Turks and the other half were from other nations. The speech he gave in 1934, after the war, during his visit to Gallipoli, is a great example of him being a man of peace. He said, "Those heroes who shed their blood and lost their lives, you are now lying in the soil of a friendly country, therefore, rest in peace." There is no difference between the Johnnies and the Mehmets. Where they lie side by side here in this country of ours, you, the mothers who sent their sons from faraway countries. Wipe away your tears. Your sons are now lying in our bosom and are in peace. After having lost their lives on this land, they have become our sons as well. He's the greatest leader the world has ever seen.